couldn't believe how smoothly that arraignment went.
Why not? You hit him, did you right?
Well, they plead guilty. The judge sets the trial for next week. Perfect.
Oh, it was a good collar, Frisco. It's the second case you cracked in a short time.
Well, I'm just carving out old notches in the pistol handle.
Now then, selfishly speaking.
Yes, sir.
Was General Hospital implicated in any way?
No. Clean bill of health. Pun intended.
Not a bad one for a cop. I better go tell Steve. He'll be eager to hear. Anna, I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Frisco.
See you, Buzz. Well, that reminds me. You better call Duke, let him know that there's been no implication on the club.
I'll tell him later.
Well, why? You ought to tell him now. I'm sure he'd be anxious to hear that. Nothing else stand in the way of your wedding.
It'll wait, Frisco, all right?
Is something wrong?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
I think we ought to get down to work. This is an office, after all.
Yeah. Okay.
So now what's happening with the HTI break-in?
Well, nothing since I talked to Greta.
Why not? What's holding you up? What are you waiting for?
You sure that nothing's bothering you? I mean, I haven't done anything.
I'm just trying to get some business done, Frisco, that's all.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm even hanging out here is because I wanted to use the WSB computer, but I wanted your permission first.
That has stopped you before. It's yours. Do with it what you will.
Great. Just hope it has something on the company and Greta Engstrom.
I said it's yours. I'm going to be back, and I'll want some results. Anything together?
Well, not really. Just some hunches, a few leads.
What's the start? What have you got?
Well, all the info on HTI seems pretty straightforward. They had some trouble with management. They had some low profits. They had some overruns. I think Greta Engstrom is the key to this.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. It's just a hunch. I feel that she knows more about the break-in than she's let on.
What have you got on her?
She's a world-class biogeneticist. When she was 23, she married a guy named Eric Engstrom. They met at MIT. Now, old Eric takes off on a scientific expedition to South America, right? And is never heard from again.
Disappeared without a trace?
Zippo. Now, as far as family goes, she has an old lady that teaches ballet in New York. She has a younger sister that's a ballerina and has a father that just recently had a severe stroke.
Oh, it's all very interesting, but nothing that's out of order, I don't think.
Not really. But when I talked to her, she was, I don't know, very protective. She was also very protective over a file that I saw on her desk.
What file?
A file that said Gamma Project. Now, I know this is just a gut feeling, but I think it has a link between that project and the break-in.
You may be right. Go after it.
Right away. So, are you all right?
Nope, I'm not all right.
Is there anything I can do?
No, thank you, Frisco. I'm sorry I snapped at you earlier.
Oh, hell. We all have our problems.
Yes, we certainly do. Thank you for the offer. But this one I have to handle on my own.
All right, handle this.
Bye.
You deserve a little better than this, don't you think?
I'm content with it.
If you hadn't rushed into this so blindly, perhaps we could have found somewhere nicer.
I'm sorry. I intended to call you, but I slept in late. It's a luxury you don't get at the convent.
Why didn't you tell me how you felt?
I did. I told you I didn't belong at the convent.
About Duke. Why didn't you tell me he was the reason behind this?
I didn't... No, I didn't not call you intentionally. It wouldn't have made any difference. You wouldn't have understood.
Would have helped me to keep you from making a fool of yourself.
You see? I can't help how I feel.
I would have kept you in Lorlean and marched you right back to the convent.
I don't want to be a nun. I want Duke. I'm in love with him.
Camellia, please, face reality. Come to your senses.
I have. I finally have. Don't you understand that? For the first time, I know who I really am, and I know what I really want.
How can you be sure who you are? The word of a crone? An old photograph?
It won't be denied. I am the Baron's daughter. And Duke and I can be together.
Very well. You and Duke are not related. That doesn't mean he loves you.
He does.
He loves Anna. He wants to marry her.
Oh, please stop it. You didn't see our passion, and you didn't see how he looked at me and how he wanted me, and I did.
That's all in the past.
It will happen again.
Poor child. Poor deluded child.
Please stop saying that. That is not true.
Then let's prove it.
What do you mean?
I'll believe in this great love between you and Duke if he tells me from his own lips.
That's not necessary.
I'll leave you alone. I'll walk out of your life if he tells me he wants you.
I really don't have time for this because I have to get to the hospital.
It doesn't have to be right now. I can wait. But the three of us have to sit down and talk this out. I must hear him say this in front of you. We all must hear it. Or not hear it.
You will. I know you will.
Then put it to the test. Let Duke help you face reality.
I'm not afraid.
If it doesn't go your way, it may be painful. But a lot less painful than clinging to a fantasy for the rest of your life.
Everything's splendid, Robert. Yes. Oh, well, Duke's doing various things, trying to get back on his feet. But you know how that is, don't you? It's been hectic at headquarters, yes. I've been run off my feet. No, she hasn't left for school yet. She's still here. You want to speak to her? Okay. Thanks for calling, Robert. It's your father. And don't forget he's calling from Australia. It's very expensive.
Everything's fine?
Yes, everything's fine.
Hi, Daddy. How are you? That's good. And Holly? She did? Oh, send her my love, too. Oh, me? I'm just...
Give it here. Hello. No, she's just upset. She misses you terribly. We weren't expecting your call, Robert. We're all fine. Yes. Send my love to Holly, too. Thanks for calling. Bye. Oh, darling, come here.
I couldn't help it.
It's all right, sweetheart. Give me a hug. There, it's all right.
Good morning, Duke.
Good morning. Will you make sure that the new wine order arrives on time?
Well, I called yesterday and they promised.
Call again today, just make sure.
All right.
What are you doing here? I thought I made it clear I didn't want to see you again.
Janet insisted I come.
Not here. I want you to get away from Port Charles, and you stay away.
I'm sorry. There's no way I could not overhear.
That's all right.
Oh, dear. Did you run into Duke?
Yes. And saying that you wanted to see me didn't help either. Why are you dressed to go outside? I thought we were going upstairs to talk at the penthouse.
No, I decided that meeting upstairs wasn't such a good idea. Or here either. Amelia, this can't go on.
It has to.
No, it doesn't. Now, let's go. Good morning, Felicia.
Good morning.
My niece is going to show me around Port Charles. Then perhaps we'll find a nice place for lunch.
I don't know how to say this.
Say what?
Duke has been very good to me. And he's been very good to my husband, too. He even saved our lives once. What I'm trying to say is that I care. And if there's anything I can do to help. Come in, I know that you're having some problems.
It's very kind of you.
Thank you. But they are just some family problems. Thank you. Come on, Amelia. Shall we go?
Yes. Again, thanks.
Hi, good morning, Frisco.
Hey, how you doing, Sean?
I'm pretty good. You, seen Anna?
Oh, she's in the interrogation room.
Oh, I wouldn't want to interrupt her when she's interrogating a suspect.
She should be back pretty soon.
Oh. Using the WSB computer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
HTI. Dr. Gerda Engstrom. What's going on there?
Seems to have been a break-in, Sean. Happened the other day when I was...
Hi, Sean.
Hey, you got a couple of minutes?
Well, one maybe. I've got to get a file and get back to interrogation.
Oh, this will only take a minute anyway. How about having dinner with you tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, just two of us.
I'd be rotten company, Sean.
All right, rotten or not, I insist. I think you need an old friend, and I'm it.
Yes. You're an old and dear friend.
So it's yes to dinner?
Yes. Let's make it an early dinner.
All right.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Oh. Glad you're doing that, Sean.
Yeah, I think she needs it. You started to tell me about the HTI burglary.
I did?
Yeah. I'd like to hear more.
And Duke seems to be in this very deep depression. I mean, we've been having a lot of good business at the club, and he doesn't seem to care about it. Now, if he's having some problems with his family, with his sister and his aunt, I think that maybe...
Well, I think that that's his concern, don't you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you like that. It's not very fair.
Well, I can see it was wrong for me to come here. I gather you already know what I'm talking about.
Felicia, I do appreciate your concern. I appreciate everybody's concern.
Man, I don't know about this report on the HTI break. Hi, honey.
What is it?
It's just not conclusive. I don't think it can be without some government clearance. Think you can help on that?
Well, I can try.
Vague suspicions are not my idea of good reports. What are you doing here?
Forget it.
Well, what? What is it?
Felicia came here because she's worried about Duke.
I'm worried about you too, Anna.
Well, I must say that I'm with Felicia. I'm worried about you two also.
I suppose I should tell you that Duke and I probably aren't going to remain engaged.
Really? It's gone that far, huh?
Yes.
Well, that should come as a surprise to a lot of your friends.
I'm very unhappy about it myself.
Anna, Frisco and I got off to a very bad start when we first met each other, didn't we?
Yeah. It's been downhill ever since, but it's fun.
This is final, Frisco. I'm afraid. I have a meeting that I've got to get to, so if you'll excuse me. I really appreciate your friendship. Very much.
Wow. Was that ever that bad for us?
No, I think it got better after we got serious with each other.
Yeah. Well, there's one ray of hope. I heard Sean talking to her earlier, and they scheduled a dinner tonight. Maybe they'll have a good talk.
Well, good for Sean.
What's up?
Just had the president of HTI on the phone. They found the missing equipment.
They found it?
Well, it was never missing. It was in the warehouse all the time. Accidentally hidden from sight.
Accidentally hidden?
Mm-hmm. You can find all that out when you speak to Mr. Denby.
Well, if they found it, what does he want to see me for?
He says that there's a few questions, and he thinks a police officer should look into it.
Wow, that's a switch. Now they want us to look into things.
Exactly. I must say the change in attitude is very puzzling.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
This case is a real oddball, you know?
I know, yes.
First they stiff-arm me, and now they're welcoming me. Maybe that's too strong a word.
I don't think so. Mr. Denby was very friendly.
Good evening, Duke. You put in a long day in on the docks.
Yeah, I like the physical work. Went more than an hour until we opened. Did the wine shipment all right?
Yes, it did.
Good.
I wanted to ask you something else, too, about... Oh, hello.
Duke, dear, Camellia has something to say to you.
I don't think I want to hear it.
Excuse me, I have to go see the show.
I've heard it, Duke, and I think you had better. If there's no one around yet, I'll leave you two here alone to talk.
The only thing I want to hear from you is that you have come to your senses and Janet has convinced you you've been fantasizing.
No.
And there's nothing I want to say.
Duke, Janet has convinced me of one thing, and if you could bring yourself to stay another moment, you may want to hear it.
I want to hear that there have been some changes, that there's been some progress out of this mess. That's what I want to hear.
Well, I don't know what you'll think.
Well, we'll see. Go on.
Two things that I've said to you I maintain are true. I am not your sister, and I do love you.
I don't know what you and Janet achieved.
Please hear me out. Janet has made me realize that you don't love me. At least, not now.
Well, it's a risk, but I'm encouraged.
You might even be a little sympathetic.
Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, I can be. I know when we first met, I have to admit, I was very taken with you. Now, that was 4 long years ago, and well, yeah, I could have fallen in love with you. No. I'll be honest. I did fall in love with you. Thank God it was an innocent love, and didn't have the time to blossom into a real love affair. You know, the most important thing now is you realize that love is over. It's gone. Anna's my love now. She's my whole life. And if you still care for me, if you still have any feeling whatsoever, and I think what you first felt all that time ago was just an immature crush. If you still have any feeling at all, then you will help me. You will help me to go on with my life, with Anna and our little child.
Help?
You're young, Camellia. You're also very beautiful. You have a fine profession. You could have a full life for yourself. Maybe up in Canada. Or maybe anywhere in the world. I mean, it's immaterial. I think the important thing is, though, that it's out of Port Charles. Get away from Port Charles and as soon as possible. You're taking this very seriously. You're taking it very well. That makes me happy.
Duke,
Yeah.
I still love you. I can't help that, but I promise you that I will try to help you if I can. There's just one thing that I don't want to do.
What is that?
I don't want to leave Port Charles now. I have a good job, and I'm making friends. It's the first time that I feel like a whole person in the real world, but I promise that I won't get in the way between you and Anna. I promise. You don't believe me?
It's a risk.
But I won't be anymore.
Wow. Even going this far, I must admit it's progress.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, fine. I think I've just about run out of small talk about Greta Ingstrom. I'm convinced, though, that she can move objects with her mind. That's called kinetic energy, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
I was certainly glad to hear that she unsettled Frisco, too. That means I'm not the only one. You enjoying your dinner?
It's lovely. I'm enjoying you, Sean.
You may not very shortly.
You want to talk about Duke, don't you?
Yes, I do. You know, I care for both of you very much. May I ask you a direct question, Evan? Why can't you and Duke work things out?
Well, I'll try to give you a direct answer.
I was hoping you said you couldn't. That way there might be some hope.
Duke's not giving me the whole story about Camellia.
Can't be sure of that.
Well, I'm convinced that if he did, I would probably break up from him anyway. You see, I know enough to believe that there is something beyond all this confusion about being brother and sister. It's something Duke is afraid to tell me, and he won't tell me. I can't go on living in the dark like this, Sean, because there's more than just me to worry about. I've got my daughter to consider, too. And Robin's been on a roller coaster for the past few months, and well, that's got to stop. And the only way that it'll stop is if I stop seeing Duke and get on with my life. I've got my job and I've got my daughter. That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
And it'll just have to be enough.
One more thing. Your love withstood the mob and Duke's being in prison. Why can't it weather this too?
I don't know, it just hasn't been able to. So I assume that it can't. We should go. Can we? I'm about to make a fool of myself.
No. I'm sorry, okay?
I am.
Oh, I see.
Hey, dude.
Hey, how are you doing? How are things going tonight?
Oh, business is going very well.
Yeah. Buy a drink?
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Sean called a little while ago, and he wants to meet with you this evening.
Okay, I'm here. What about the drink you mentioned?
Right.
Hello?
Anna?
Yes?
This is Camellia.
What do you want, Camellia?
I have to talk to you.
I don't think so. It's too late.
No, I didn't want to talk on the phone anyway. I know that you're very busy, but I would like to see you tomorrow.
I don't think that's possible.
This is very important.
I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired of little chats and little meetings. I'm tired of games.
I said this was important.
If you have something to say to me, You tell me it right now. Get it over with.
Please, please, don't be angry with me.
Don't you dare tell me not to be angry. What are you thinking of? I'm more than angry. I'm hurt, and I am torn apart. I don't want any more of this, Camellia. Good night.
No, please, don't hang up. You're hurt. Well, so am I. Perhaps even more than you know.
Don't tell me you know how I feel. Please don't even try.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What is all this, anyway?
I have to ask you to see me tomorrow, please. Just see me.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Camellia.
But Frisco always gets crazy every time I talk about starting a family.
Well, when she says the word family, I envision about 10 kids sitting on my lap.
Maybe we could just have one and then we could discuss the matter. Duke, we're not doing very well, are we?
No, I appreciate your efforts to lighten my mood. You certainly are good friends.
Well, here comes another buddy of yours.
Frisco,
Sean.
Hi, Duke. Just the man I wanted to see.
Don't.
I'd like to have a little chat with you. Can we grab a table?
Well, there probably isn't one available.
Well, as a matter of fact, that one right over there is reserved for me. I think of everything.
Yeah, you do. Excuse me.
Okay. Well, I hope Sean has better luck with him than we did.
What do you suppose is really going on?
So, in fact, you seem to be deluged with job offers.
Well, I have a job in the docks. You know that.
Yeah, I know that, but you're not going to get rich doing it. Well, it'll take some while before the club is out of the red and starts showing a profit.
Is this what job offers am I being deluged with?
Believe it or not, Lila Quartermain's Pick-a-Lila business is becoming quite a big operation. In fact, today they asked me if you'd be interested in lending a hand.
It's very nice of them.
I have something more important in mind, a managerial position with profit sharing. Job with my company. You can take care of their operation at the same time. So you have a big deal coming up with HTI. Heard of them?
Yeah, recently.
This could be very big, Duke.
Well, thank you for considering me.
I don't see an awful lot of enthusiasm there. It's not general knowledge yet, but I'm a friendly takeover of HTI. In fact, my shipping company will handle all the shipping. Most of that stuff is very delicate. So my company has to be a well-oiled operation.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
Lost the impetus, haven't you?
What impetus?
I'm getting back on your feet, Anna. I take the marriage isn't done.
Yeah, not much to say.
I'm close to Anna.
I know that. She's very fortunate to have a good friend like you.
She also has another close friend, Robert Scorpio. He likes you. Knows that Robin likes you. And she and Holly are probably the most important things in his life. I'd say Anna's a close third.
Just what is this leading up to, Sean?
What it's leading up to is why don't we just clean this thing up, huh? Why don't you tell Anna exactly what the problem is with Camellia? I mean, come on, just lay it out there. Don't hold anything back, because if you do, you are going to lose her, man. And at the same time, I don't want her to lose you. That's what I mean by cleaning it up.
I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that? Come on.
Listen, why don't you just leave this alone? There's no solution to
I
this.
am not going to do this.
No, but I am.
Well,
I don't
Sean,
know how...
here you are. I didn't think you could make it tonight.
we can all celebrate.
Yes, Duke, would you like to join us?
No, I'm sorry.
What was that?
He's got some problems.
Where's the waiter? We need some champagne.
Did you all have an argument about something?
No, as a matter of fact, I started off by offering him a job with us.
Well, we will need some excellent people.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you for coming by so quickly.
Did Robin already leave for school?
Yes, Philomena just took her.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed them.
I've been thinking about the conversation we had yesterday regarding Duke. I do need to talk to someone.
Well, if this is about the little fight you two had, then you've come to the right person. First, can I hold the record for lovers' quarrels?
This is more than just a lover's quarrel.
The bigger the fight, the more important it is to get off your chest.
It's over with Duke.
What?
This is the last time he's ever going to lie to me.
And I don't understand.
Nor do I.
Well, what sort of lie would Duke say that was important enough to destroy your whole relationship?
Oh, Felicia, it's so hard to talk about it.
Yes, but that's why I'm here.
I know, I shouldn't have called you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, Anna. Come on, you know that you and Duke are meant to be together. Just like Frisco and me, or Tony and Tanya.
I used to think so.
That sort of love just doesn't die overnight.
Camellia told me something I just can't live with.
Camellia?
She says she's not related to Duke.
They're not brother and sister?
And they slept together, too.
What?
The worst thing is that he wouldn't tell me himself.
Well, maybe Camelia's not telling the truth. There could be some mistake.
The only mistake is that I ever listened to him in the first place.
Well, Camellia must have made it up. She's been known to make up things before. After all, she was in Port Charles for a really long time before she even admitted to knowing Duke.
Camellia is a rather confused young woman.
Could this be part of that confusion?
Oh, no, I don't think so. She was very sure about what she said.
What does Duke have to say? I'm sure he could explain.
Explain what? That he's been living another lie?
Camellia could be the one who's lying.
No, she's not. I could tell. She has proof, anyway.
I can't believe Duke would do this to you.
Do you understand now why I can't marry him? I mean, I can't live with a man who just... He keeps living one secret after another.
Where does that leave you?
I don't know. I'll just have to walk away. Get on with my life. I won't be with a man I can't trust.
Oh, Anna, I can understand how you feel, but I wish you wouldn't just break off this whole thing without giving him a chance to explain.
Oh, he knows how I feel. Camelia's the one that keeps wanting to talk about everything. I can't see any point in that at all.
What else could she say?
I don't know. I just feel such a fool, you know. I invited that woman into my house with open arms, and she was his lover. I'll never forgive him for that.
Come on.
Oh, I've got to go to work.
No, you're not going to work. You're coming with me.
Where are we going?
We're going to the spa. You need to work off some of this anger before you do something you may regret. Hey, slow down. You're going to put a hole in the carpet.
You're right, you know. Good to get rid of some of this pent-up frustration.
I think that you're overdoing it, unless, of course, you're going in for training fit to triathlon.
Oh. You're right. I could pedal all the way from here to Miami. It wouldn't change anything that's happened. Whew.
Let's do some aerobics.
Aerobics? Oh, no, I don't think so. The best thing I can do is forget about the both of them.
Well, I think maybe you're right, at least for a while. That'll give you a chance to put the whole thing into perspective.
I'm going to cancel my meeting with Camellia tonight. I don't think there's anything that she can tell me can possibly change my mind about Duke.
She might throw light on the situation.
No. I have to face the fact that everything I've invested in Duke is gone forever.
Don't say forever. There's still a chance for you and Duke.
That's not possible. Hello? This is Anna Devane here. Listen, could you place a call for me to General Hospital, please? Thank you. Hello, can I speak to Camellia Mackay?
Camellia Mackay, please pick up the nearest house phone and call the operator. Camellia Mackay. Please pick up the nearest house phone and call the operator.
This is Camellia Mackay. Yes, I'll hold the line.
Camellia?
Yes.
Camellia, it's Anna here. I can't make our meeting tonight.
Did something come up at work?
No, I just don't want to see you.
Anna, I know that you have every reason to avoid talking to me, but what I have to say is very important, and I think you should hear it.
Why don't you just tell me now?
That's impossible. I'm in the cafeteria. It's very personal. Please.
All right. I don't know what it is that you could possibly have to tell me, but I'll see you tonight.
All right, I will be over to your house as soon as I finish my shift.
Come in.
Have Robin and Philomena already gone to bed?
No, they're staying at Philomena's cousin's.
Oh, I was hoping to say hello to them.
I gathered we needed privacy.
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
I want to tell you that I don't think this is going to accomplish anything.
Why don't you wait and hear what I have to say first?
I'm waiting.
In the first place, I have no intention of standing in your way.
What are you talking about, Camellia?
Duke loves you, not me. It's been perfectly clear ever since I came to Port Charles that Duke loves you, not me.
Is that what you came here to tell me?
I think it's pretty obvious how he feels. I just wanted to clear the air about our relationship, not hold anything back.
You certainly haven't done that. You told me that you slept together.
I'm sorry that I told you that.
That's not the point. He should have told me that.
Anna, please don't blame Duke.
Don't blame him.
Listen to me here. I'm still very confused about that time. I don't know if we slept together or not. I just know that I was in love with Duke. And I probably still am. But he loves you, not me. It was a week out of our lives over 4 years ago. And the night that I found out that he was my brother was... It was so awful. I'm sorry.
I'm not angry at you, Camellia. I pity you. I just want the truth. And I had expected that from Duke.
What truth?
I can't live in the dark or with secrets. And I don't want to hear things from you that I should hear from Duke.
Duke was only protecting me.
From what? You had a breakdown because you found out he was your brother.
No, Anna, that is not the only secret. There is something more. There is something so horrible that I can't even remember it.
Oh, another secret. Huh, there's just no end to them, is there?
So he hasn't told you either?
No.
Anna, believe me, if I knew anything else about that night, I would tell you. If we could just clear the air, you and Duke could get back together again.
Oh. Well, as he has no intention of sharing that part of his life with me, and I can't live with lies and secrets, then I don't see how we could possibly get back together. Hello?
Morning, it's Sean.
Oh, good morning.
I'm not going to ask you how you are on the phone. I think I'll ask you how you are over lunch today.
Oh, Sean.
Great. It's a date, then.
No. Not if it's to talk about getting back with Duke. I don't know how much more final I can be about that. Particularly since I've discovered he has another secret from me that there's just no use.
Whether we have lunch or not, we are going to meet today, and that's an order from your old WSB boss, Anna.
All right. I'll come by the warehouse later on. Will that do?
Certainly will. See you later.
I still have plenty of time to get to the airport to catch my flight back to Lorient. There's even time for you to pack. Come home with me, Camellia.
This is my home now.
You'll be making a terrible mistake if you stay here.
My future is here.
A future that can only bring you and others more heartache. Now, what kind of a future is that, my dear?
Well, if that's what living in the real world brings me again, then I'll accept it. Because I'm not giving up on life again. I'm not.
From this moment on, we live only in the present.
Yes. Only in the present.
In a sonnet my mother loved, there's a line I remember. It's for us now.
What is it?
Love is not love which alters when an alteration's fine.
That's lovely.
It is for us. Our love has won through.
Nothing will alter that now.
You're right, my love. Love. That's what tonight is for.
Stop it. It's over with.
Oh, this is so lovely.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it. Where did you find it in such short notice?
I found it about 2 months ago. And I took a lease under an anonymous name, of course.
Really? Why anonymous?
In case a certain lady wanted it that way. I even remember the exact date.
When was it?
About 2 days after we met. I took a drive and I saw this sign. So I took a look. And I said to myself, this is for Anna Devane. Hey, Duke. Duke.
Oh. Hi, I'm sorry. What could I do for you, Sean?
I'd like you to come up to my office for a little talk.
Okay, I'll just get the manifest together.
No, don't worry about that. I'm not going to discuss business.
If this is about Anna,
Yes, it is.
I appreciate what you're doing. I don't want any more questions.
There are going to be more questions, my friend. This time I aim to get some answers. See you in a couple minutes, huh?
You have a beautiful home in Lorient, and it's there just waiting for you. And I know that someone else will come into your life. I know it.
In the first place, the house isn't mine.
Well, of course it is. Your father left it to you.
Angus was not my father.
Now that is Abigail talk, and I don't want to go into it. Angus knew you were his daughter. He raised you as his daughter. And as his daughter, you're going to come into a most comfortable inheritance one day quite soon.
Oh, when you get down to it, you raised me, not Angus.
I helped raise you, yes. And there are times I think of you as the child I never had. Everything I'm trying to say to you comes from love.
Is it love to keep me from the real secret of Lorient?
I've told you before, I don't know of any secret.
I have to know why I had a breakdown.
Well, I've always told you were a very delicate child.
But I know now that I wasn't. So something terrible must have happened, which I have completely blocked out of my mind.
I know nothing about it, nothing at all.
This secret has to be dreadful.
Well, you can't know that, Camellia.
I do.
Well, why? I mean, what in the world do you have to base that on? You know, I really worry about your state of mind, particularly when you talk like this.
I'm not making this up, Janet.
What proof do you have that there is some, what do you call it, some dreadful secret?
Duke is willing to give up Anna Devane in order to keep it. Now, if you don't think that that's proof, I don't know what else I can tell you.
Could be your imagination.
What's happening to Anna and Duke is not my imagination. This secret has to be so dreadful that it would cause havoc if it came out.
All right, let's say you are correct.
I am.
All right. Then it's something that we should leave alone. Oh, come home with me where you can be safe, where someday you can find true happiness.
I can't. I simply can't. There's nothing more that you can say to me.
Anna was right about me.
Exactly what is she right about?
I have a secret that I can't share with her, and for her it's the final straw.
From what I gather, there were quite a few of those.
Yeah, this was a dead end.
I certainly hope it isn't the one concerning Camellia, because I could never understand why you kept your relationship with her a secret in the first place.
Sean, this has got to stop.
Now, I get the feeling that if she never reappeared in your life, we wouldn't have this problem now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. You started off on shaky ground here, my friend. And people from your past have a way of popping up into your life again.
Yeah, you know, but when you're in love, you somehow hope that won't happen.
Yeah, but it did.
Okay, so I gambled and I lost.
What do you mean you lost? What about Anna?
I know what I'm doing to Anna. I feel bad about it. It's killing me.
You know what I think? I think Pandora's box has been opened. Secret's about ready to escape if it hasn't already.
It hasn't. My father died to keep that secret. And it will die with me also.
And you're the only one left who knows the secret.
Yes.
What about your Aunt Janet?
She'll never know it.
Look, Duke, you and I are two guys that lived in the fast lane. Me, probably more than you. What are you trying to do? Protect Anna?
Of course, yes.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a secret has a life of its own. I mean, Angus died because of it. You could die because of it, but the secret, that'll survive. Somehow, some way, it will survive. Now, is that any way to protect Anna? To leave something like that to threaten her?
I think it will die with me.
I don't. When I was in the WSB, I dealt with secrets every day. Every day. Only rarely have I ever run across one that dies and goes away forever. But besides all that, there's something else we have to consider here.
What?
There might just be a solution.
Oh, there is no solution. Good God, man. Do you think I haven't looked for one?
Well, what about Anna? She might come up with one. She's bright.
I could never take this to Anna.
All right, then what about me? I mean, isn't she worth fighting for?
Of course she is, yes.
Look, I have kept so many secrets in my life that if I picked up that phone over there, hundreds of people might die. Because I said one word, and that's all it takes. So my protecting you and Anna is no big problem for me.
About 4 years ago. Give or take a month or two. Camellia and I, we were in love. It never became a full-blown affair, but I suppose it could have done. I found out we were brother and sister. I was her half-brother. Angus was her father. When I told Camelia this, well, I made her stronger stuff than she is, but... Well, she was shattered. I tried to hold her steady, but she spun off, out of control. She went to the ballroom. She was dancing with a man who had come to the ball with Angus. He was a stranger to me. Angus was... He was watching the couple with growing concern. He told me the man could be dangerous. He said we should get Camelia away from there as soon as the music stopped. And by the time the music stopped, Camelia had disappeared.
Where'd she go?
She hadn't gone very far. My father and I, we were in the hallway when we heard her scream. We were the only people to hear her scream. Nobody else was around. When we got into Camelia's room, the man had tried to rape her. And Camelia had killed him.
There's more, isn't there?
Her face. Camelia's face. When she looked up and she saw us, it was as if it was like we were strangers. And then she closed her eyes. And I carried her to a small guest room nearby. Angus told me what we had to do. He said we had to hide the body forever. And after we hid the body, we had to go back to Camelia and swear her to secrecy. Well, when we got back to her, we couldn't swear her to anything. When she came to, she had no memory of what happened. And even after a year in a psychiatric hospital, she had no memory. She doesn't remember any of it, not even to this day. So do you see why I can't take this story to Anna? I mean, Anna, of all people.
Yeah, I can see it. She's chief of police. Compromises her job if she knew a crime like this existed.
And there's Robin. And God knows she went through enough when I went to prison. See, there really is... There's no end to this. There is no solution.
There never is an easy solution.
There certainly isn't one to this. Now do you understand?
Yes, I do.
You know, I feel as if the blood has just drained right out of me.
I'm gonna make a recommendation. No, turn that into an order.
What is that, my friend?
I want you to take a few days off, get out of town. Because if you don't, you're gonna crack up.
I can't.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to get out of Port Charles. I mean, isn't there some place you can go, someplace where you can find some peace?
I don't know. Perhaps I mean, there really is no permanent running away from any of this. There is no solution.
There might not be a solution, but there just might be a remedy.
I don't understand what you mean.
When you get right down to it, I don't either. But something's nagging at me. In time, it'll come. Have a seat.
Can't sit still for very long, Sean, I'm afraid.
How's my godchild these days?
She's all right. A bit quiet. Did you bring me over here to talk about Duke again?
Yes.
Please don't. There's nothing more to be said. Getting very wary of my friends.
Why? Because everyone wants to help?
Everyone wants to offer me advice, and it's gone beyond that. And I wish you'd all accept it.
I can't accept it.
You must.
No, I'm sorry, honey. You're going to have to hear me out because I owe it to Robin and to Robert, so I'll risk your anger.
I don't want to get angry at you, Sean. I just don't want you to give me any more advice or anyone else.
This may not come under the heading of advice. What I'm going to say, I don't think...
Please don't. I said I didn't...
I don't give a damn. You're going to hear me out anyway. So sit down. We were in the WSB together. We dealt with secrets every day of the week. We also dealt with trust and betrayal, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, Duke has a secret he will not reveal to you. But aren't we all entitled to a couple of secrets in our life? I mean, sometimes they cover mistakes, and sometimes they cover sins.
Just listen to me.
I'm not finished.
We're not dealing with just one secret here. There's been loads of them. There's never been any feeling of trust or faith in me.
Well, maybe they all add up to the ultimate secret.
When you love each other, there shouldn't be any secrets between you.
Anna, you are looking for utopia.
Why not?
You know what I think you should do? I think you should get off that high horse of yours and drop this holier-than-thou attitude.
You can't talk to me like that.
I'm the only one in Port Charles who
No.
can. I want you to listen to me.
Why should I? When you persistently refuse to understand, you think that I'm breaking up with you because of some indiscretion he had with Camellia? That's just a drop in the bucket. This has been going on from the first time I met him. There's just been a string of lies, a string of betrayals against the trust I felt that we shared. It's just gone on and on and on, Sean.
What a hypocrite you are.
What?
Do you want to take a moment here and discuss a trust and betrayal of me when you worked for me in the WSB? Or the damage done to some people's lives when you played around with being a double agent?
Please.
You're not answering my question.
No, Sean, I'm not going
You
to.
talk about secrets, lady.
It's not the same.
Why isn't it?
I don't want to hear any more of this. How can you be so cruel?
You want to know how?
Yes.
I would never have brought up your past unless I thought it would help save your future.
Well, that's very holier than thou.
You know, I can remember you coming to me and begging for forgiveness. I remember you trying to make it up to me. I showed compassion. So did Robert. Where's yours?
I used it all up. You don't know how long this has been going on.
Anna, this is the most important moment of your future, so why don't you just cut to the heart of it? All right, Duke cannot tell you something about
Cannot
the
or
past.
will not.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
Look, just stretch your understanding. Anna, all I'm saying is leave the past in the past. Not only for your sake, but Duke's.
Just one thing, though.
What?
Secrets never remain buried forever.
Since I'm the only one in Port Charles who knows your secret, it probably will. Until it's time to be said out loud.
I wonder if Dukes can.
Perhaps. If you'll let it.